So our topic for tonight is slave or alipin. Lahat tayo alipin ng Allah. And those who are not the slave of Allah, then Allah is going to make them slave of everything. Kung isang tao na hindi siya na maging alipin ng Allah, gagawin na Allah ng sa kanya na alipin ng lahat ng bagay. So pinakamaganda, lahat tayo maging alipin ng Allah. Hindi na alipin ng tao, hindi na alipin ng pera, o hindi na alipin ng sistema, o hindi na alipin ng iba-ibang bagay. Dapat lahat tayo maging alipin ng Allah. Anyan ng tunay na kaligtasan. That is only the way of salvation, that we become the slave of Allah. People want to talk about freedom or kapayapaan. What is a true freedom? When you are not slave of anything and you are not slave of anyone and you are only slave of Allah. Ano yung tunay na kapayapaan? Yung tunay na kapayapaan na isang tao, hindi siya alipin ng kanino man at sino man. At siya lang alipin ng Allah. Alipin ng tagapaglikha. Siya yung tunay na may kapayapaan. Kung may isang tao na siyang alipin ng isang tao, yan ang alipin. Wala siyang kapayapaan. At kung isang tao na alipin ng isang bagay, katulad siya yung alipin ng pera, o siya yung alipin ng gusto niya maging sikat, o kung siya yung alipin ng music, o kung siya yung alipin ng pera or material or fashion or damit. Sabi na Prophet Muhammad SAW, sabi na meron din Abdul Dirham, meron din Abdul Dinar. Dirham yung silver coin, dinar yung gold coin. Na yun, ano meron sa mundo na yun? Abdul Dollar. Ano ibig sabihin na Abdul Dollar? Alipin ng dollar. Kung peso, Abdul Peso, alipin ng peso. Okay. Halimbawa, isang tao na Muslim siya, sabi niya, La ilaha illallah, walang Diyos maliban kay Allah. Walang ibang Panginoon maliban kay Allah. But yung paniniwala niya, iba. Kala niya yung pera na yung Panginoon at yung negosyo na yung Panginoon. Kaya, umaga siya gising, hindi siya magdasal. Diretso siya sa trabaho. Diretso siya hanap ng pera, hanap ng hanap buhay. Bakit? Dahil hindi siya paniniwala na Allah na yung bibigyan ng risk, sustenance. Kung ikaw na maniniwala na si Allah ang bibigyan ng risk, sustenance, dapat umaga pinakaunang trabaho mo ng dasal. Kung ikaw hindi ka danasal at diretso ka sa trabaho o diretso ka sa hanap ng pera, yung Diyos mo na yung pera at yung Diyos mo na yung negosyo. So yung tunay ng alipin ng Allah, laging dasal, lagi yung sumunod sa utos ng Allah. Lahat ng mga utos ng Allah. At yung may Diyos niya yung pera, kahit sinungaling siya, kahit loko sa tao, gusto niya pera dahil yung Diyos niya pera. Katulad sa India, meron din yung naisang revolto ng Lakshmi. Ano ibig sabihin ng Lakshmi? Diyos ng pera. Lakshmi is Diyos ng pera. Yan meron sa India, yung mga Hindu. Meron na isang revolto, tinatawag nila ng pangalan niya, Lakshmi. Ano ibig sabihin ng Lakshmi? Diyos ng pera. The God of money. Okay. So we are worshiping Allah only. Tayo magdasal kay Allah, tayo magsamba kay Allah, at tayo lahat alipin ng Allah. Hindi tayo na alipin ng sino man at ano man. Hindi tayo alipin ng tao or bagay. Tayo lahat na alipin ng Allah. At yan ng tunay na kapayapaan. That's the true freedom. For example, dati yung mga panahon na yon, yung mga hari, gusto nila na yung tao na maging alipin niya. Yung mga hari na dati, gusto nila yung tao maging alipin. Katulad yung hari ng Spain, hari ng Castilla. Ano pangalan niya? King Philip. Ano gusto niya? Lahat na yung sakop niya na bagay sa lugar, gusto niya maging alipin niya. Kaya yung Dati yung pangalan ng Pilipinas, Maharlika. Ano yung Maharlika? Lugar ng kapayapaan. Lugar ng kalayaan, sorry. Hindi kapayapaan. Sinabi ko marami ba si kapayapaan. Kalayaan. Yung tunay ng kalayaan, tayo maging alipin ng Allah. Dati ito pangalan ng bansa ito, Maharlika. Ano ibig sabihin ng Maharlika? Lugar na ng kalayaan. Dumating dito yung mga Spanish, yung Kastila, at sakop nila dito. Anong pangalan ng dadalhin galing sa Spain? Filipinas. Las Islas Filipinas. Yung mga island, sakop ng King Philip. Kaya yung Filipinas or ibig sabihin ng Filipinas na yung lugar ng sakop ng King Philip. At kung Filipino, isang lalaki na alipin ng King Philip. Kung Filipina, isang lalaki na alipina ng King Philip. So hindi na kalayan ito. Mali yun. Sabi kalayan ito, hindi kalayan. Dahil alipin pa rin ng Spanish, Castilla yung mga tao na yun. Dahil sabi nila, sila ng alipin ng King Philip. Kaya pangalan ng Pilipinas, dapat palitan, balik yung Maharlika. Yan na gusto ng President Marcos Sr. Siya yung unang president, gusto niya babalik yung pangalan ng bansa ito, Maharlika. Maganda, malinis, kalayan. Kung Pilipinas, walang respeto, para ka ng alipin, walang kalayan. Alipin ka na isang hari ng Kastila, napatay na siya. Ilang taon na yun, sobra 400 years, patay na si King Philip. Yung tao dito, pangalan pa rin, Philippine pa rin. Galing kay King Philip yung pangalan Philip. So hindi pwede na tayo na isang tao na maging alipin ng hari. Hindi pwede isang tao alipin ng komunidad. Hindi pwede isang tao na maging alipin ng mga pinono or mga magulang. Hindi pwede. Lahat na tao maging alipin ng isa lang, yung Diyos, yung tagapaglikha. Siya yung bibigyan ng buhay. Dapat tayo ng lahat maging alipin sa Kanya. We should become slave of the one who give the life and who can take our life, who give us food, and who give us everything in our life. Who is giving us everything in our life? We should become His slave and not to anyone. That is what Allah said in the Quran. Allah said in the Quran, "O peaceful soul, go towards your Lord happily, and He is happy with you. Fadkhuli fi ibadi, enter into my slaves. Wadkhuli jannati, and enter into my paradise, Jannah." So ano yung gusto natin papunta sa Jannah, sa kabilang buhay? Dapat tayo na maging ibad. Tayo maging alipin ng Allah. Tayo lahat maging alipin ng Allah. Ano gagawin na alip? Sumunod sa utos ng Master. Sino yung Master? Allah. Tayo alipin. So ano yung utos na Allah? Gagawin tayo lahat. Para tayo na tunay na alipin ng Allah subhanahu. At kung isang tao na alipin ng isang tao, nahiya. Shameless. Very shameful na isang tao na maging alipin ng isang tao. But you are too proud to be slave of God who give us a life. We are proud to be slave of Allah. Tayo mag-proud na tayo na maging alipin ng Allah. Kung isang tao na sa Tagalog, sa Pilipinas, sabi, I'm proud to be Filipino. You don't need to be proud to be Filipino because you are saying, I'm proud to be slave of King Philip. So why you are proud to be slave of King Philip? You should be proud to be slave of Allah. The President Marcos now, Jr., he should bring back Maharlika. Yan gusto niya, tatay niya dati na Maharlika. Yan ang tunay na pangalan ng bansa ito at yan ng origin ng mga Muslim. Dahil yung pangalan ng Maharlika dati yon ng control ng Muslim dito sa buong Luzon, Visaya, Mindanao. Tunay na pangalan ng bansa ito, Maharlika. At tao pwede sabihin Maharlikan? Maganda, malinis. Ano sabihin ng Maharlikan? Yung tao na may kalayaan. Ano ibig sabihin ng Pilipinas? Yung Filipino, yung tao na may alipin ng King Philip. So that's very good ideology about the name of this country. It should bring back the name, the true name of this country, Maharlika. Very beautiful name. And no shamefulness, no insulting. that you are still belonging to King of Spain. And they are claiming that we have a freedom, independence, or kalayaan. Paano na kalayaan na pangalan pa rin ng King Philip? So that's one of the topic related to topic for tonight, alipin. Kung ikaw mag-alipin ka ng komunidad or bansa or tribo or pera or tao, kung sa harap ka ng Allah sa araw ng paghukom, kung sabi ng Allah, ano ginawa mo sa mundo? Sabi mo, ako maging alipin ng pera. Ako maging alipin ng tribo. Ako maging alipin ng tao. Saan ka papunta? Imperno. Kung sabi mo doon sa harap ng Allah, dati sa buhay ko na ako maging alipin sa'yo. Ako maging alipin ng Allah. Yan tao na papunta sa paraiso sa kabilang buhay. So we need to become the slave of Allah and not the slave of anyone else or anything else. Tayo dapat lahat maging alipin ng tagapaglikha yung na siya yung bibigay buhay sa atin. At hindi tayo maging alipin ng ibang tao or hindi tayo pwede na maging alipin ng isang bagay. Okay, so that's for now, inshallah. Now we can have a question answer. Okay, kung yung may tao na yung income niya haram, katulad corruption, hindi tanggap na Allah yung hajj niya at umrah niya. Kahit ng buwan, taon-taon na ginawa yung hajj umrah, kung hindi halal yung pera, hindi tanggap na Allah yung hajj niya. Kahit yung sala, kain ka ng income mo, yung kanabuhay mo harap, loko sa tao or sinungaling o corruption o riba. At bibili mo pagkain, kung kain ka ng pagkain, kahit bili mo yung halal na pagkain, but yung income mo, yung pera mo haram, haram pa rin yung pasok sa katawan mo, hindi tanggap na Allah yung dasal mo. At hindi tanggap na Allah yung fasting, at hindi rin tanggap na Allah na yung zakat, charity, at hindi tanggap na Allah na yung hajj at umrah. Sayang la, dapat yung income, yung negosyo, yung halal. Sabi ni Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ar-rashi wal murtashi kilahuma finnar. The corrupt, the one who give the bribe and who take the bribe, they both will go to hellfire. Okay, so dapat yung income ng tao na halal at gamit siya na yung pera ng halal papunta sa hajj, inshallah. Okay. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became the prophet and he established the Islamic rule, he demolished all the kingdoms because kingdoms are abusing. The kings are abusing people. So Islam has no kingdom. Islam demolished the kingdom. Today, in England, they are controlled by the prime minister, but they still have a king and the queen. Who is the king of England today? Charles. William Charles. There is also king in Belgium. There is also king in Australia. There is also king in New Zealand. And even the president of America doesn't call himself a king, but he lives in a White House. And White House is a palace. But in Islam, the ruler, the head of the state, he has no right to live in a palace. No protocol for him, no guards for him. He is just ordinary human being coming in the masjid, leading the salah. That's all. Ordinary human being. Islam is not accepting the kingdoms. Islam accepting equality. All human beings are equal. So no one is make himself king or Malik. The title of Malik in the Quran belongs to Allah. When you read the last surah of the Quran, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas. So Allah mentioned the three attributes. Allah is the Rabbin nas, Panginoon ng tao, the Lord of the human being. Allah is Malikin nas, siya yung hari ng tao. He is the king of the man. Ilahin nas, he is the God of man. Siya yung Diyos ng tao. Okay. Kung maniniwala na siya Allah ang Panginoon ng tao, at maniniwala ka si Allah ang Diyos ng tao, dapat paniniwala mo si Allah ang hari ng tao. Wala na ibang hari, maliban sa isang hari lang, Al-Malik, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So mali yung sa Middle East na yun na marami hari na yun sa Middle East. Mali yun. Dapat hindi sila pwede maging hari. Allah lang ang hari. Araw na yung baksak na mundo na bago pa ng araw ng paghukom, baksak yung mundo, lahat patay. Mga anghel patay din. At sabi na Allah will say, Aynal malikun, saan yung mga hari? Walang sagot. Then Allah will say, Lillahil wahid al-qahar. Only Allah is the king. Allah lang ang hari, okay? Wala na ibang hari maliban kay Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yung Diyos na yung siya yung tunay ng hari. Kaya isang pangalan ng Allah, katulad ang mahabagin, ang maawain. Ano yung susunod? Allahu Ar-Rahmanu Ar-Rahim. Anong susunod? Anong susunod? Al-Malik. Ang hari. Okay? So, Al-Malik, Al-Quddus. Al-Quddus ang banal. Al-Mu'minul, Al-Muhayminul, Al-Azizul, Jabbarul, Mutakabbir, Al-Khaliqul, Bariul, Musawwirul, Lawla Asma'ul Husna, Yustabbilu ma fis samawati wal ardi wa huwal Azizul Hakim. So isang pangalan ng isang dakila pangalan ng Allah, Al-Malik. Sa meron sa Middle East na may passport, nasulat doon, Bismi Al-Malik. Subhanallah, tao na yung maging Bismi Malik. Bismi ang pangalan ng hari ng Middle East. So that is shirk. That is shirk. Like in the Saudi Arabia, may passport ng Saudi Arabia, may sulat doon, Bismi Al-Malik. Dati nakita ko Bismi Al-Malik Abdullah. Subhanallah. See, in the name of King Abdullah. Subhanallah. Parang shirk. Sigurado shirk. Dapat Bismillah. Hindi Bismi Al-Malik. Katulad yung sa Quran, sa may sulat ni Prophet Sulaiman, yung letter, Innahu min Sulaimana wa innahu bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hindi sulat ni Sulaiman sa pangalan ni Sulaiman. Hindi. Sulat ni Prophet Sulaiman, dahil kahit siya yung propeta, ano sulat niya? Innahu min Sulaimano wa innahu bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Galing ito kay Sulaiman at ano sabi niya? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hindi sabi niya Bismillah Sulaiman. Shirk yan. Shirk kung gagawin ng sabi sa pangalan ng hari ng Saudi Arabia or sa pangalan ng hari ng Middle East or Saudi Dubai. No. Sa pangalan ng Allah. Lahat ng umpisa ng sulat, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. No. Mali yun. Kung pangalan na Abdul Mikael, shirk. Kung sabi Abdul Rasul, shirk pa rin. Kung sabi mo Abdul Rasul, alipin ka ng messenger, sugo, o Abdul Nabi, shirk pa rin. Sa pangalan ng Allah, Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, Abdul Malik, Abdul Jabbar, Abdul Karim, Abdul Shakur, Abdul Sabur, Abdul Muntakim, Abdul Hay, Abdul Qayyum. So pangalan ng Allah lang pwede Abd. So hindi pwede sa pangalan kahit sa prophet. Kung sabi mo Abdul Muhammad, shirk pa rin. The title, the Prophet Muhammad SAW, after his successor, the Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar, Usman, Ali, their title was Khalifa. Khalifa. Or Amirul Mu'minin. Amirul Mu'minin. Tapos isa lang Amir sa buong mundo. Isa lang Amir. Yung katulad si Umar radhiyallahu, yung panahon niya siya yung Amir sa lahat ng mga Muslim sa buong mundo. Yung sa panahon ni Umar radhiyallahu, yung bansa ng Muslim hanggang sa Afrika, hanggang sa Europe, hanggang sa India, sa Afrika. But isa lang Amir, Amirul Mu'minin. Okay, so yung title sa Islamic law is Amir. Okay, or Khalifa. So that's the right way. But I don't know about Sultan. But Sultan means is very powerful. Sultan means malakas or powerful. But for me, better word is Amirul Mu'minin or Khalifa, Khalifatul Muslimin. Okay, one Amir is Amirul Mu'minin, Amir for all believers. Okay, this different Amir. But individual Amir pwede. Like, I'm the Amir here is okay, but I'm not Amirul Mu'minin. I'm not Amir for all the believers. I'm not Amirul all Muslimin. So it's a distinguish. You are Amir of your community. You are Amir of a place, or if you are Amir of your family. But when you say Amirul Mu'minin, that is special. Only one Amirul Mu'minin. Okay, so that's I can clarify. Because even the Prophet said, even if you're only two person, and you are traveling, you must make one Amir between you. Okay, you are the Amir, I follow you. Because if the two Amir in the traveling, they will fight each other. So in Islamic law, Islamic ideology, wherever you are, you make one Amir. Example, you are working in a company, make one Amir in your company. So there will be no problem, okay? human beings have always filled with, the human history is always filled with so many wrong. I don't think so we need to discuss all these things. We need to discuss which is beneficial for us. So your question should be beneficial for us. If you're talking about the history, with this person did this, and this person did, so it's just like a backbiting the people already did. What is better thing, you ask the productive question, which can benefit the people here. Okay, you can ask about injustice, you can about how to do justice, you can talk about truthfulness or kindness. So I think better we cannot target some people or some community and then we talk about them. I think it's better we come to the realistic question which can give benefit to listener here and listener on the internet also. So I don't know if Abbasid did wrong. So what is my question? If he did wrong, Allah will punish him. Okay, that's all. And if he was right and you are telling him wrong, then Allah will punish you because you are accusing, you are slandering. But you don't know the history if it is right or wrong. Sometimes the history made by the people are manipulated by the people. Not all history are so wrong. In example, even the modern world today, this is very modern world today. We have so many media, powerful media. And you try to check the news. One news is say different. The one news said 3 people died. The other news said 4 people died. The other news said 2 people died. Even today. Not perfect. The news not perfect. There are lots of errors in the news. So what is better when you are going to accuse someone in the base of the history? It's not good because you don't know what really happened. You didn't see with your eyes also. And not all history are true. There are so many discrepancies in the history also. For example, when you read even the Bible has lots of historical fact and there are lots of mistakes there. Like about the about Jesus also or about the other prophets also, if you can find out, even the Bible has historical mistakes. How much more the ordinary historical books? So it's better to be careful to accuse someone on the base of the history. And I don't think so we need to take risk for that because if you accuse people and if they were not doing that, then you are going to be blamed for this on the day of judgment. Okay? Okay, if you don't know the meaning of this, it is not shirk. But if you know the meaning and you still call yourself, I am the slave of King Philip, then you are committing shirk. Dapat you say, I am slave of Allah, my Lord, my God, and I only worship Him. Okay? Because yung dati panahon na yun, yung hari, gusto nila na tao maging alipin nila. So that is arrogance or mayabang, gusto nila yung tao na maging alipin. Katulad si Pharaoh. Ano sabi niya? Ana rabbukum al-ala, I am your Lord, the Most High. So yung panahon na yung mga hari, gusto nila na maging Diyos. Gusto nila maging Panginoon. At gusto nila tao na maging alipin sa kanila. Okay, so that's the attitude of the King Philip. Yung King Philip, he wanted to be people to be subjugated to him and to make him like God or to become his slaves. So if you know that, then you speak against this and you tell people that don't call yourself slave of King Philip, but you should be slave of Allah. Okay? You write it, it's application, you write, I am the citizen of Philippines. Okay? So don't write, I am Filipino. Sulat ka nila, I am the citizen of Philippines. So you are not committing shirk, correct? Okay? So you cannot write, hindi ka pwede sabihin na ako Filipino. Sabihin mo, ako taga-Pilipinas. Okay? Ako taga-Pilipinas. I am the citizen of Philippines. So you are not calling yourself slave of King Philip. Okay? So the right way, I am the citizen of Philippines or ako taga-Pilipinas. Mali. Yes. Dapat sabihin, bakit gusto nila na maging Malik? Dapat sila na yung ibang pangalan. Hindi pwede Malik because we read in the Quran, Malik. Allah is the Malik. Malikin Nas. Okay? So, bakit tao gusto na Malik ng tao? Dapat Allah yung Malik ng tao. Allah ang hari ng lahat ng tao. I don't think so you need to call him. You just say, you can just say that, the ruler of Saudi Arabia. Okay? You can just say ruler of Saudi Arabia and not to give him the title of Malik because Allah is very angry. Kaya on the day of judgment, before the day of judgment when everything will be destroyed, Allah will say this, Ainal Malikun? Saan yung mag-ahari? Nobody will answer and then he will say, Lillahil wahidul qahar. Only Allah, the irresistible, is the only king. Allah is the only ang hari. Ang hari, Allah lamang. Okay, so that's very important for us. We don't believe in the kingdoms, kingdom of Saudi Arabia, kingdom of Dubai, kingdom of Sharjah, kingdom of Kuwait, kingdom of Qatar. We believe in only kingdom of Allah. Yan din paniniwala ni Jesus Christ, kingdom of Allah. Yan din maniniwala na Prophet Muhammad, kingdom of Allah. Lahat na propeta maniniwala na kingdom ng Allah, the kingdom of God. Okay? So that's is the right kingdom, the kingdom of God. We all live in the kingdom of God and Allah is our king. Allah ang hari ng lahat ng tao, malikin nas. Okay, alias or the lakab or the kunya, alibawa, Prophet Muhammad sallam may tawag din sa kanya Abul Qasim. Bakit Abul Qasim? Dahil yung panganay anak niya Qasim. So Abul Qasim, tatay ng Qasim. Okay? Meron din mga ibang pangalan katulad isang araw na si Ali radhiyallahu anhu, tulog siya sa masjid. Walang carpet noon, panahon yan. Nasa alikabok siya na tulog. Tapos papunta si Prophet Muhammad sallam, sabi kay Ali, sabi ni Prophet Muhammad sallam, Abu Turab. Ano Abu Turab? Turab is alikabok. So yung parang joke siya or gesture, okay? With the love. Sabi na ikaw, tatay ka ng alikabok. Or ikaw, taga alikabok. So he given name Abu Turab. Katulad si isang sahabi, companion of the Prophet Muhammad, ang pangalan ni Abu Huraira. Abu Huraira, dahil Huraira is pusa. So lagi siya hawak ng pusa, sabi ni Prophet Muhammad, ikaw Abu Huraira, tatay ka ng pusa. So that is nicknames, but good nicknames. Okay? So meron din mga iba-ibang nicknames, but the nicknames should be good nicknames. Hindi katulad yung sa dito sa Pilipinas, Popoy, Loloy. Hindi maganda, hindi tama. Dapat magandang nicknames. Okay? Or meron din mga iba-ibang masama yung mga nicknames, hindi maganda. Okay? Yes. I think Abu Bakar has a different name. I don't remember, but meron siya may pangalan. Ano pangalan na yung original name ni Abu Bakar? Katulad si Abu Bakar, Siddiq, yung galing kay Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam na truthful, na tao na totoo. At si Ali radhiyallahu anhu, meron din siya na pangalan Siddiq Akbar. Siddiq Akbar means pinakamataas ng totoo yung tao na yon ito. So, Abu Bakar, pangalan niya Siddiq. But si Ali radhiyallahu anhu, mas mataas pangalan niya, Siddiq Akbar. Pinakamataas ng yung tao ng totoo. Sabi ni Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the name of the Ali radhiyallahu anhu, Siddiq Akbar. So it is also a name like Farooq. Farooq is the name of Omar, and also Farooq was name given to Ali also. So there are beautiful names given by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his companions, like one of the name of Ali was Haider. Haider means lion. Brave like a lion. Okay? Like he then sword, yung sword, sipada ni Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Zulfikar. Bibigyan niya kay Ali, Zulfikar. So it's also the names given to the bagay, the things. Even the animals, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam give the name. Like he has a one animal, he give the name Duldul. He give to also to Ali, Duldul. Okay? So even the animals can given the good names, the beautiful names for identification. Yeah.
Bawa na tayo may isplanaria ka pa islal, tamsilis nila magpakasawi siya at pasawa.
Ano no?
Yung isang tao balik sila, tapos payalat na sila, kung nila magpakasawi na kasawa.
Ipanahon ni Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, marami na yung balik Islam, hindi sila ulitin yung kasal. Kasal pa rin dati na hindi sila na ulitin. Marami na mga sahaba na maging Muslim, dati mushrik sila, na yung Muslim, hindi sila na binago yung kasal nila. Tuloy pa rin yung kasal. So, kung hindi na yung naginawa nila noon, so okay lang yan, kahit tuloy-tuloy lang. Basta na maging Muslim sila, tuloy pa rin yung kasal nila. Okay? But haram pa rin yung, illegitimate pa rin yung anak. Hindi pwede maging legitimate. Dahil bagong kasal na may anak na, so haram pa rin yung the status of the child is illegitimate pa rin. Hindi pwede maging legitimate dahil na yung kasal after delivery, so hindi pwede maging legitimate. Illegitimate pa rin. Toba. Toba na lang kaya. Toba. Toba. Walang rituals. Rituals yung ano, palo. Kung may batas ng Islam, palo. Palo 100. Wala na, hindi ulitin yan. Masakit yan. Kahit ilang taon, masakit pa rin. So 100 palo, yung balat. 100 kung gawa ng zina. Palo, 100 times. Wala na. Kung hindi na patay, buhay pa hanggang patay, hindi kalimutan. Laging, always remember, it is very painful. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Hudyo, the Jews, they believe in only one God also. Hindi yung mga Hudyo maniniwala isa lang Diyos. Okay? Sabi nila kay Diyos, yung mga Arabic Jews, sabi nila Allah pa rin. Okay? Yung ibang Jews, sabi nila Yahweh. Or, sabi din nila Adonai. Adonai is Lord, Rab. Okay? Sabi nila kay Diyos, Ahad. Ahad. Only one. Okay? So, we have a similarity with the Jews. They are believing only one God. But the problem now, they are tribalist. Their priority is their tribe. And they are narrow-minded. Nobody can become a Jew. You born a Jew and you die as a Jew. No one can become a Jew. And only you are a Jew, you only go to paradise. The rest, all the people go to hellfire. So it means, how many Jews people? Few million. Only they will go to, kala nila sila na papunta sa paradise. So iba lahat papunta sa impyerno. Sabi na, kung hindi sila nag-Jew, sabi nila Gentiles, yun. So that is a problem. Arrogant, tribalist. Meron sila tribalism. They think their tribe is the best tribe and all the other tribe are useless tribe. Yan na paniniwala ng mga Hudyo. At antayin sila kay Masihu yung New Dajjal. Na yung Masihu Dajjal, kala nila yan ng Masih, but hindi yan siya Masih. Yung tunay ng Masih, Isa al-Masih. So that's also another mistake. At lahat ng pinakamarami na gawa ng gulo sa mundo, mga Hudyo. Okay? Kasama din mga Yajuj Majuj, yung Gog Magog. At kasama din Masihu Dajjal sa kanila. Okay. At halal pa rin yung kumakain nila, na yung katay nila. Kahit yung hayop katay nila, hindi kumakain na kung hindi halal, hindi yung katay. Okay, yung that is zina, that is malaking immorality. But the children have no fault, they have no sin. Yung mga anak hindi, walang kasalanan. Kasalanan na yung magulang. At meron sila ng dapat toba. Kung hindi sila toba, papunta sila sa impyerno, sa kabilang buhay. Okay. Kung nang ginawa ng zina, na ikaw ginawa ng zina, dapat volunteer ka na lang. Papunta ka sa masjid, si imam na lang, palo. Sige. Para na tanggal yung kasalanan mo. But wala na ginawa ng ngayon ganito. Dapat na volunteer kung ginawa ng zina, papunta ka sa kaibigan mo or sa imam or amir. Okay, ikaw ginawa mo zina, tapos gusto mo magpalo. Okay? Para tanggal yung kasalanan. But wala na may ganito na ginawa na yun sa mundo. Okay, dapat yun. Dapat. Kahit walang Islamic law, you can be volunteer to go to a place of worship, to masjid, and you offer yourself to be beaten, to remove your sin. Okay. But if you cannot do it, at least you can make tawbah, cry to Allah, magmiyak ka sa Allah na yung ginawa mo na kasalanan. Yes. I don't understand this, but while I explain about the question in English, because some people don't know that, about those who are making zina, there is a punishment for them, 100 lashes in the Quran. Okay. And if you have no law of Islam, then you can offer yourself to volunteer to get punishment. So you can get rid of your sin. And then about your ghanima, the ghanima is when you are fighting, but I don't think so we need to discuss this because there is no any such thing in the world now. Okay, so we need to talk about the things which is we need to know right now. So what is right now about dasal, about fasting, because these things is not right now we are dealing with, correct? So what is important is to talk about the current issues. For example, one of the big current issues, like what we talk about, you need to become the slave of Allah. Today, the many children, the Muslim children, they go to the school and the school tells them the mission of your life is to make money. The mission of your life to get a good job. The mission of your life to get the material things of the world. So that is a big issue for us to discuss. How we can teach our children and how we can teach the Muslims that you need to become the slave of Allah and not the slave of the money, not the slave of the popularity, not the slave of the system, not the slave of the people, and not to slave of your own self. Because there are people who make their slave of their own self. Yung mga tao na, meron tao na maalipin sa tao, meron tao na alipin sa pera, meron tao na alipin sa bagay, at meron din tao na alipin sa komunidad, at meron din tao na alipin sa sarili niya. Siya maging alipin sa masamang gusto niya. So you don't need to become slave of anything, but only to slave of Allah. That's the issue we need to discuss and to propagate and to invite people that lahat tayo maging alipin ng Allah.